floor to Mr. Gimenez.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Wallander, let's go back to energy. It takes money to perpetuate, promulgate a war. What is the leading moneymaker for Russia right now?
It is oil exports and natural gas exports, primarily to China.
Okay, so if the United States were to produce more oil and gas and drive down the cost on a worldwide basis, would that affect Russia's ability to perpetuate this war?
On the margin, it would, but China is a energy-hungry, greedy country, and it's willing to pay. It has long-term contracts with Russia, and Xi does not want Putin to fail.
All right, fair enough. Now, Russia has been targeting Ukrainians' energy, right? And sources of energy, et cetera. Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
Has Ukraine been targeting Russia's energy production?
There are public reports that Ukraine has done so.
Have we tried to stop them from doing that?
The U.S. has raised concerns with Ukraine, which is a sovereign country and can choose its own targets, but raised concerns about targeting civilian critical infrastructure.
Well, yeah, but the Russians have no problem in targeting Ukrainian energy production. Now, if the Ukrainians were able to disrupt Russian energy production, would that significantly alter their ability to perpetuate this war?
So far, the strikes that we have seen against Russian energy sources have not significantly altered Russia's ability to prosecute the war.
That's so far. But if they're actually able to do it successfully, would that alter the economics of this war?
I am not an expert on energy infrastructure, but the evidence we've seen is that the Russians have been able to rapidly repair the facilities that were struck.
What would happen if we don't support, General, what would happen if we don't support Ukraine and they actually run out of bullets?
In my military experience, Congressman, if somebody's shooting at you and you can't shoot back, you lose or you die.
Where's Ukraine now in terms of its armed supplies and ability to fight back?
Sir, could I tell you about that in closed session, please?
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you very much. Look, a lot of folks, even on my side of the aisle, somehow equate the lack of the Biden administration securing our border being a reason why we can't help Ukraine secure their border. The facts are that the Ukrainians are spilling their blood to secure their border. And then the fact that our administration does not secure our border shouldn't be the reason why we don't help people that are trying to fight for their freedom. As somebody who came over from a communist country some 60 years ago, somebody who's not a fan of Russia, I think that we need to support the Ukrainians. All they're asking for is our aid. All they're asking for is bullets and armaments. And for the life of me, I just don't understand why we don't support them, and we should. Some analysts believe that the F-16 could help Ukraine. Do you share that, General?
The F-16 will help. You know, any aircraft will help, Congressman. It's a particularly difficult jump to go from the older Soviet-era aircraft that the Ukrainians had been flying, especially had been maintaining and supporting. It's tough to go from that to a modern fourth-gen aircraft like the F-16. As you know, we're working on it with them. There's an entire coalition of countries working on it with them. But ultimately, it will be a valuable thing for them to have.
I understand that we're actually training them to fly the F-16s, and that there are some countries that will be supplying F-16s to Ukraine. Is that true?
Both are correct, yes.
Okay. Why isn't the United States giving them F-16s?
We are supporting the provision of F-16s by European countries, and the numbers that they are going to provide meet the requirements for the Ukrainians at this time.
All right, thank you. I yield back.